Thanks for tuning back in to another episode of the Game of Cryptos. I appreciate you guys stopping in today. So, of course, this video is going to be about I have 10 steps that you can take when it comes to investing in this bull run, investing in cryptocurrencies. 10 things that you want to make sure you're doing when you're looking at, what crypto projects should I invest in. Before we go into that, again, we go over a post on Twitter, another one from Alex Becker. He says, you should frankly be okay riding your alt bags to zero from here because there's a realistic chance they do a 20 or 30x from here. Success is not certain. The risk is worth taking. You won't see such obvious and outsized reward to risk again. Hunker down, dear follower. Guys, we are in the midst of a bull run. The Bitcoin halving is around the corner, which means the parabolic price movements have yet to happen with altcoins. So use this time, use risk management, but use this time to reallocate your portfolios, to quote unquote buy the dips, and just be prepared and have your portfolio and your bags packed, because you might, the time, your window of opportunity to make the most gains for this crypto bull run of 2024 and into 2025, it's getting shorter and shorter every day as we get closer to the bull run, as we get closer to the Bitcoin halving, because there comes a point where eventually you do not want to be buying anymore because you want to see your bags just grow. You want to be making money. So eventually there's going to be a time where you're going to want to stop DCAing. So having that said, let's dive into the video. So we're going to be going today over the steps for investing in this bull run. So one of the first steps that I wanted to go over is, has this project, is the crypto that you are investing in, did it see a previous bull run? Is it a new coin or is it an old coin? For instance, I could mention something like Cardano. Cardano has seen a previous bull run, so therefore it's going to have a higher market cap. So if you were to go and look at ADA's price chart right now, for the market of all time, it has seen previous bull run. It is, it was around back in the 2021 bull run, and it was around previous before. So it's seen a couple of bull runs. Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because even though Cardano, there's a lot of, people will say Cardano's a good project. People will say Cardano's a bad project. People will say Cardano's a stable coin. If you want to make the most gains this bull run, chances are you want to be invested in cryptos that haven't seen a bull run. You want to be, because that's where the market, there's more room to run for the market cap. Look, Cardano right now is at a $17 billion market cap. Okay, you guys are wondering, okay, what's something that I could invest in that's new? Well, I'll just throw it out there because it's right here on the top of the list, even though they're two completely different things. Jupiter, the DEX right now, utilizing Solana's for an aggregator, allowing people to trade crypto and swap their Solana for Solana-based tokens, such as like Neon EVM, Myro, Nosana, OTK. This hasn't seen a previous bull run. Now, I will say this chart is not great, but you get my point. It's a newer crypto, a smaller market cap, which means it has potential to run farther and run longer. So when it comes to the cryptos that you invest in, you want to make sure that you want to try the best to get the newer cryptos. You want to be in the newer coins and not necessarily the older coins. But to be fair, if it's a blue chip, then you might want to hold on to it. Maybe something like a Solana, something that has a narrative and is making waves in the industry. So the main point to step one is, the reason why you want to be in a newer over an older one is because you have more potential for more gains. That's the main point with that. So, moving on from there. Step 2. Is it in a bullish narrative? Is it popular? Is it part of AI? Is it part of gaming? Is it part of an L2 or layer 1? AI plays. One of the most popular AI, like the narratives right now is AI. So one of the most popular AI plays, for instance, is BitTensor, or Render, or one of the most popular gaming plays are like Miria or GFL. You want to be in cryptos that have a bullish narrative, something that you're seeing a lot of market cap going towards it. And when you see these initial run-ups and then you see Bitcoin retrace, we want to see what cryptos did well when Bitcoin was going up. Like, as you can see, when Bitcoin was going up, Miria was at all-time highs. You want to make sure you continue to stay in cryptos that do that. Now, obviously, you're seeing a retracement in something like Miria, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good crypto. It's just consolidating. It's consolidating at what I consider a good, healthy level, not financial advice, and it could potentially be a good buy. Again, the point to step number 2 is you want to be a part of a good narrative. You want to be a part of something that, is being talked about a lot. Is it an ecosystem where there's a lot of things being built on? You want to make sure you're investing in those types of sectors and in those types of plays. Next, and feeding off of this, is it the best crypto in its category? Is it number one in its niche? For instance, when we're thinking about a store of value type of crypto, we're thinking about Bitcoin. When we're thinking about potentially something that is a peer-to-peer money transaction, we're potentially thinking about something like Caspa. Is it the top one in its niche? When we're thinking about AI, most people are thinking about BitTensor Tau or Render, even though Render is kind of in a culmination of a couple different narratives. You want to make sure that you are in the plays that are number one in its category, because that is where most money is going to flow into, guys. Remember that. Like, generally thinking, sometimes I have this thought where if you think it's a good, solid play and you see other people in it, that means when new money comes in, when retail comes in, chances are they're going to come into that crypto as well. So I wanted to go on CoinMarketCap and look at categories, and just to show you, exactly what, they're looking at. Sure. Let's see DePIN. Decentralized physical infrastructure. I mean, you have Render, ICP. I have a lot of thoughts about ICP. Maybe not that one. Solana ecosystem. You want to be in plays like when you think about DEXs right now. Jupiter has had some of the highest amount of volume over Uniswap, PancakeSwap. Right now, it's at the top of its game. That's what I mean when it comes to investing in these cryptos and investing in narratives. You want to be in the number one narrative. You want to be in the number one crypto in that narrative. And so when it comes to DEXs, Jupiter should be something that you're considering. And it's new. Again, part of the steps. Is it on a bullish blockchain? Jupiter is on Solana. Is it, if you go and look at the contract address, it's on Solana. Is it new? Yes, it just came out. Is it number one in its niche? Well, it's a DEX, a decentralized exchange, and right now, according to its volume, yes, it's outperforming things like Uniswap and PancakeSwap. So it fits all of those steps so far that I've gone over. So when you're investing in these cryptos, you again start thinking this way. I'm telling you guys, this is how you get gems, and you hold on to cryptos that don't rug underneath you after a week or two of it being out. You want to be in the best plays in each category. So moving on from there, step 4. Is it on a popular blockchain? Is it on a popular blockchain? So again, exactly what I just said with Jupiter. Jupiter is on Solana. Solana is a really hot blockchain at the moment, and I think it's still going to continue to be very popular throughout the 2024 bull run and into 2025. Again, you want to be where the money has gone and where it's going to most likely continue to go to, and something like Solana is definitely going to fit in that narrative. Now, one of the next steps that you want to consider is the crypto that I'm invested in, has it been listed on a top exchange yet? So I say that because if it's not yet on Binance or Crypto.com or Coinbase, and it's a popular crypto, and let's say it's still on a DEX, like let's say it's still only available on a Uniswap or PancakeSwap, or let's say it's only on Jupiter right now. Let's say it's like a Solana-based coin that's on Jupiter and you're waiting for it to drop on a centralized exchange. This gives you the potential to make more money. Again, all these steps that I'm mentioning are steps to position you to make the most money. You want to potentially be in cryptos that have yet to be listed on normal exchanges. Because if you can get ahead of the wave of retail, then that means you're going to most likely make more money. Again, it's not financial advice, but you have a chance to make more money. Now, for this one, let's go and look at Caspa, for example. If you go on CoinMarketCap and you go and look at markets, and this is what you should do for a lot of the cryptos that you guys potentially want to invest in. Look at the exchanges that it's on. Caspa's on Gate.io, KuCoin, Bybit, BingX. Some of these exchanges, just to name a few. I know it's also available on Uphold. And then you look at, centralized exchanges. You want to go and look at where it's at. But what do you not see on this list? You don't see a Binance listing. You don't see a Coinbase listing. You don't see a Crypto.com listing. So what does that tell me as someone that is invested or thinking about investing in this crypto? It means that it has potential, a lot of room to run, and that's the type of cryptos you want to be invested in, the ones that have the most X's to give you returns. Now, again, a lot of that's going to depend on your risk tolerance. Are you someone that just wants a 2x, 3x, maybe 4x? Okay, maybe buy just Bitcoin. Are you someone that's looking for maybe a 5x? Okay, maybe just buy Ethereum. So again, a lot of these tips that I'm giving you is going to be determined on, and these steps are going to be determined on your risk tolerance. But I would say if you're someone that has a little bit more risk than, outside of Ethereum and Bitcoin, and you're more looking towards anything like Solana to Injective to all the way down to maybe meme coins, if you get into that, these are the steps that you definitely want to follow. Go on those exchanges, or go on, something like CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, and look and check and see, is the crypto I'm investing in, does it have a good centralized exchange listing yet, or has it yet to come? Because I can show you the potential where liquidity can come from if you just, buy early before retail. I'm hoping that this is making sense, guys. It makes sense to me. So yeah, just, none of this is financial advice, but it's just things that I've done and things that have been working for me. So I would think that it could and should work for you guys as well. Next, is this crypto that I'm investing in, is this project that I'm investing in, is it outperforming Bitcoin? And the thing is, it's like, and it goes off of what I just said, if it's not outperforming Bitcoin, you might as well not be invested in it. If it's not outperforming in Bitcoin, why are you invested in the first place? You might as well be invested in let's go crypto bubbles. let's see. I'd like to go to crypto bubbles to really get a good idea of like, okay, things that maybe might be outperforming Bitcoin. So let's see, yearly. I mean, look how big Caspa is for that. Let's see. Let's get back to my regular chart here. What was on the watch list randomly? Okay, let's just use these for the examples for the sake of the video. Let's go down. Let's see. Let's put Bitcoin. You know what? No, let's do this. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me here. Okay, so go down to the bottom. So if you want to see, okay, what has been working, what has been potentially outperforming Bitcoin, you can go to a website such as Crypto Bubble, scroll down, and then look at, yearly returns, monthly returns in the gains, and go from there as far as, okay, what might be a better investment that's going to outperform Bitcoin. Now, I believe since this is a new year, obviously this is probably more looking at 2023 returns, but for instance, Bitcoin had an 82% return, as opposed to, look at Solana, 200, almost 300%. Now, if I was an investor, that's where I'd be going to, looking at plays that are outperforming Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to use an example that I hope it doesn't, piss off some of you guys that might be invested in it. But look at something like XRP. Only up 22% in the last year in 2023 versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up almost 4x compared to XRP. You want to be in a crypto that's outperforming Bitcoin, because if it's not outperforming Bitcoin, you might as well be invested in Bitcoin, and so you might as well have bought Bitcoin over XRP. So again, utilize these methods when it comes to building a crypto portfolio. Is my crypto for step 6 outperforming Bitcoin? If the answer is yes, then you most likely want to invest in it. If the answer is no, then you might as well be holding Bitcoin, and I say that because Bitcoin is a store of value and Bitcoin is a safer play, so why would you take a chance on a crypto that could lose you money when you just got more return with Bitcoin or in anyway? So just think about it. Think about that, guys. Step 7. Is it a low market cap? Does it have room to run? So simply put, if something's newer, it's going to have more room to run because it's a lower market cap. If it's a high market cap, it can still perform really well, but there's just going to be less chances of it. Like, for instance, if a crypto drops, there's like an airdrop, and the market cap is already at 2 billion. I mean, that's already pretty high, as opposed to, a crypto that might be at 2 million. That's a 100x right there between a $2 million market cap to a 2 billion. So, simply put, just potentially look into cryptos that have lower market caps. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go all the way to like a meme coin, but lower market caps give you more potential to run. For instance, again, I'll go back to, let's see. I'll go back to like some gaming examples. So if we go back to Gala's chart and we want to look at Gala's all-time high for market cap. Gala reached a $5 billion market cap. So, right now, if you were in a crypto where the market cap was, for a gaming crypto, and it was 1 billion, and it's in the same field as Gala, you probably, unless you're only looking for maybe a 5x, you probably don't want to be in it. So Gala reached a 5 billion. So what's something that maybe has a chance to go to it? And I'll just pick this one because it's popular. I was going to do GFL, but we'll do something in the Solana ecosystem since it's so hot. OTK, Octo Gaming. Octo Gaming has a $15 million market cap. If it 10x'd, that's $150 million. If it 100x, guys, that's only a $1.5 billion market cap. And again, now this isn't taking into account like dilution, but this shows you the room it has to run. So if you're in a crypto, like right now, if I was debating, okay, should I invest in Gala or should I invest in OTK? Well, Gala has had a lot of FUD. Is it gonna, still maybe make people returns? Possibility. But why not go for something that's a lower market cap and fits in all the other previous steps that I talked about? Lower market cap, bullish narrative on Solana, hasn't seen a bull run. When you start putting all these things together, it makes sense that this is a better investment, not financial advice. So again, just consider these things, guys, when you're investing. Now moving on. Step 8. We're almost there, guys. Got 2 more after this. Was it fair launched or VC backed? Did it have an ICO? As you guys know, these are 2 examples: Bitcoin, Tau, Caspa. All these had a fair launch. No one. Now, there are whales in every cryptocurrency, but when something's VC backed, there's way more likelihood for huge whale allocation and manipulation in price action. Now, again, to be fair, it does happen with a lot of cryptos over time, but it's less likely for there to be a lot of manipulation and huge sell-offs and dumpage. So when you're thinking about certain cryptos, it could potentially be beneficial to be in those ones that were fair launched. Again, not saying a VC-backed crypto is bad, but you have to be careful on what cryptos you get that are VC-backed. Like Solana was VC-backed heavily, but look what Solana did. It made people tons and tons of money. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just something to be cautious of. So again, you still have great cryptos that are VC backed. I'm not saying that those are bad investments, because like I said, I think Solana is a great investment, but it was VC backed, especially a lot in the last bull run. And again, there's still probably a lot of VCs that are buying and own this crypto. But if you have something that is not VC backed, something like Bitcoin or Tau or Caspa, you're going to see more organic price action. So again, just consider that when it comes to your crypto investments. Now, step 9, does it have real utility or use case? So again, one of the best chances of holding on to a crypto that's not going to rug on you and sell off crazily is being in cryptos that actually have real world use case. Now, Caspa, it doesn't have any decentralized applications on it, but what is Caspa's real use case in real life? It is could be a potential store value, but it's a peer-to-peer payment system between people. It's trying to execute what Bitcoin was originally set out to do. That is a real use case, which means that it could be a really good crypto to buy into. I really believe in getting cryptos that have a real use case, not just something like that's silly that could be like an NFT or something of like a JPEG picture that has no real value, essentially. Like it's just silly. But stuff like this, it isn't silly. Next one, Render, GPU borrowing. Render is the Airbnb of GPUs. These node operators can give out unused GPU computing power for rendering projects, for rendering 2D, 3D images, everything dealing with the metaverse and gaming. It's going to need to use GPUs, and Render is at the peak of that. So Render has huge utility for Web3 coming forward, for gaming, for video making, everything like AI. It's a big powerhouse play. So again, it has real utility. And then again, example, Bitcoin, Tau, AI, the decentralized AI play, the best AI crypto that there is out there, period. It's going to be, so Bitcoin it's a culmination of many different projects. I believe right now they have 32 subnets. These subnets are different basically like different pieces to the pie that are all doing different things. You have stuff that's helping with text to image, talk to image, language translation, just everything, anything you can think of AI related. They have their own like chat GPT version. All these, it's a culmination of a whole bunch of projects under one umbrella, under one roof. So essentially, BitSource is monopolizing AI, but it's an open source and it's decentralized, as opposed to something like ChatGPT, which can be highly manipulated and controlled, and it's closed door, and you don't want that. So again, is the crypto you're investing in, does it have utility? Something like Render, something like Caspa, something like Tau has real utility. And obviously, Bitcoin has utility. It's a store of value. And look how well Bitcoin has done. Think about these when you're investing in crypto. And lastly, one of the last things that I wanted to talk about is, now these lines right here, the red lines, I drew these. So, hang on, I'm going to disappear again. When did you buy your DCA? Did you buy your crypto earlier in the bull run? You want to be buying. You want to be buying when you see price just kind of going sideways, accumulation phase. Right here, this line right here is where the halvening is coming up, and we're probably somewhere right around here. We're right here before the rip. Now, if you're buying back here, you're making the most gains. You're going to make the most profits because you bought in low. So what point of the market did you do most of your bulk buying? It's very important to your success of your bull run and your, how much you're going to make in your crypto portfolio. But if you're buying up here, and when the peak is going to be like right up here in that parabolic movement, your returns are going to be lower from buying here than versus here. And then I have 25 and 26. This is showing what the market is probably likely to do at some point in 2025, maybe in the Q3, Q4, as I think we're going to peak, maybe in around peak out around Q3 of 2025. And then 2026 is going to be another bear market. And then you're going to have a couple years of sideways actions, market going down, and then you're going to be right back at this point here where the market's going to rip again in the next bull run. Again, where you're buying your crypto and DCAing is going to contribute a lot to your success in the market. You want to be buying here at low prices, low market caps for cryptos, as opposed to up here when the market's going to peak. So there you guys have it. These are my 10 steps for building a crypto portfolio. You want to make sure that you're buying in things, for instance, things that have a good narrative, things that are on a good bullish blockchain, something that potentially has a low market cap, something that, you were able to buy in at lower prices during the bull or during the bear market. You want to consider all these steps when it comes to having a good, well-rounded portfolio. Again, none of this is financial advice. There's obviously going to be some things that vary, and some things that are outliers. So, my advice isn't going to be perfect, but I really do think it's a good template to follow for the remainder of, leading up to the halvening and before we see Bitcoin build in a new all-time high. Because after Bitcoin's in a new all-time high, that would be for sure where I would probably stop buying crypto and just let your bags ride. And then when you feel satisfied with the gains that you made, you start laddering out. So until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next